stamping friends, it's Jackie Bolhuis from Klompen Stampers. We're going to make a card today using the Parisian Blossom suite of products. Well, not the whole suite, some of the products from the suite. Today's card is going to be kind of quick and easy. I'm not going to use the dies that go with the Forever Blossom stamp set. I'm going to show you how sometimes you can just take a stamp set and make a quick and easy card that still looks really cool. So it's more stamp, ink, and paper. We're going to do a little bit of coloring and keep it simple with the stamp set. Now don't forget, Parisian Blossoms is the focus this month of my online stamping class. So if you like this suite, make sure you make your purchase by the 10th and you can get my online class totally free. Or you can purchase the tutorial if you'd rather do that. Now down in the link of the video, down in the description of the video, I'll have the link to the blog post, and that will show you all the information about my online class with this suite of products. I have to tell you, I think the projects are adorable, and it's 12 unique projects that are part of this class with all the step-by-step instructions, as well as a video filled with tips. Now, why we're really here today is to show you a quick and easy card with the stamp set. So let's go ahead, flip the camera down, and let's get creating. Quick peek at the products I'm using today. Here you can see the whole suite, but we're only going to use the Forever Blossom stamp set and the ribbon and some rhinestones and a little bit of the designer series paper. This suite is absolutely beautiful. I love the soft colors of it. You could use especially the flowers in it for any occasion. It's got some great verses with it, but you certainly could pull out verses from other stamp sets you have to make different types of cards. So we're inking up this big old flower here, and I'm going to stamp it. This is actually just scrap paper, and I kind of stamped it off because I don't need the whole thing. But isn't that beautiful? I love how there's just so much detail, okay, in the way the artist did these flowers. Now, before I color these, what I'm going to do is just use a circle die. Now, you could use a circle punch or a different shape if you want, but for my card, I just want the focal point to be part of these flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and run this through my Big Shot, and then I'll be right back and we'll color it. There we go. Now, all the projects that I've done so far with this stamp set and this suite is I've used the Stampin' Blends. You guys know I love coloring with blends. Once in a while I'll color with something else, but this is really my favorite, probably because they are so easy to use and get great results. So I almost always use them in pairs. So we have the Petal Pink, I believe it's called. Let's double check. Yep. Here's the dark one, and then I have the light one. So all I'm doing is I colored first with that light, and now I'm coming in, and where you can see the natural shading in the stamp, I put some of the dark color, and then I'm coming back with my light. Now, I am not an artist by any means. I'm sure there's the proper way to shade these flowers and everything, but to me, as long as there's a little bit of variation in those colors and it's just not all like super solid, I think it looks fabulous. So that's Jackie's quick and easy take on coloring. So as you color, especially with that brush tip, I use a really light, just kind of flowy hand. You know, these tips will last you a long time, but you don't want to smash it. I am just, real lightly. There's hardly any pressure whatsoever. The other thing with blends, make sure you color in one small area at a time. I wouldn't want to do all of the light and then come back and try to add some of these highlights with the darker color, because it won't blend quite as good. But there you go. You can see with the blends, you just get this nice blending color. I don't know how else to tell it. It's everything is soft. Oh, we should do this. You don't get those harsh lines that you get with regular markers. Now, when you put these caps on, make sure you hear that pop. Then you know they're closed good. So then real quickly here, we'll go ahead and use our light soft seafoam. We'll do the same thing. We'll add a little bit of the dark over on one side here, just to get a little color variation. Probably don't even need it with all the shading that's on these stamps, but I don't know. I guess it's probably habit that I always want to use a little bit of each on there. So there is our flower. Let's stamp these on here. And now let's put together our card. So I have a piece of the designer series paper from that suite. This is cut to 5 and 3 3/4, and we're going to go ahead, use our adhesive, and put it onto a piece of soft seafoam. I like these soft colors together. Now the Sweet uses Pool Party, but I did bring in the soft seafoam as just another color, especially because of the leaves, okay? Petal Pink cardstock. Oh, we don't want that one yet. So then what we're going to do with this piece is go grab dimensionals. Why, oh why, I never have these with me. I don't know. I have so many of them in here because we use a lot of them. But every time I go to do a video, they're missing. So let's pull those off of there. So it's ready to stick down. But before we stick it down, I'm going to just take a little piece of ribbon. Isn't this ribbon pretty? This is that Petal Pink, and it has that, I don't think it's rose bronze color, rose gold. I'm not quite sure what they call it. And we're going to just wrap this around and cut it. And this ribbon, actually it can tie bows pretty good. You'll see in the online class projects, I did add some bows to that. I also, when I use ribbon other than baker's twine or linen thread, a lot of times I will just tie a knot. You know, I always say I'm bow challenged, and I get people that say that to me a lot too, that they struggle with bows. So I always say just tie a knot. It's way easier. It's very cute. Doesn't add quite as much bulk sometimes as a bow does. So we just put that on there, and then we can take our flower and we'll put it, let's get it underneath that little piece there. And I'm going to have it just come right to the edge over there, like so. And then this we will put onto our card base. Again, we'll use our liquid adhesive, my favorite adhesive. Just don't put too much because you don't want it to goosh. And we'll put this on the front, and then I'll show you how I'm going to add my greeting to this one. And oh, that slid. Let's see. This is why I like that liquid adhesive, because I can pick it up. If I don't like where it is, I can move it. It holds really good. It's very permanent once it's down there. But I like that I can pick it up and move it. So let's set that aside, and we're going to take one of the greetings out of our stamp set that says, "You mean so much to me." Now, again, I could use any greeting for this, but we'll just stick to the stamp set here. And again, we're going to use our scrap, and I'm going to stamp this right down there along the bottom. I'm lining up the edge of the stamp with the edge of my cardstock. Oh, and we didn't even stamp that very good, did we? Okay, let's just try that one more time here. We'll just go on this edge. There we go, much better. Now, when I cut something out, or I'm going to do a greeting, and I want it to just be a really thin piece that's really tight up to my image, I like to just stamp on scrap paper and then trim it down. So for this, I'm going to grab this little mini paper cutter. If you have not seen this yet, this is a celebration special if you join Stampin' Up! By buying the starter kit. So it's not available for sale, only for those that buy the starter kit. And remember, anybody can buy that starter kit. Come join the Klompen Stampers. I would love to have you, whether you're interested in, really being a demonstrator and doing events and sharing with others, or if you're just looking to buy products at a discount. We love everybody at Klompen Stampers, and we have so much fun. There's so much going on all the time. Now, I'm chatting as I did that. Hopefully you saw what I did. But I just trimmed my greeting down, and now I need to go grab my mini dimensionals. I always say you need lots of dimensionals. Well, you need the minis as well. So I am going to go ahead, and I'm going to put a mini at each end, and you'll see why I'm not putting it in the middle here in a second. I am going to take my greeting, and I want it, get the little paper out of there. We're going to just kind of put, you know what, let's take that off. I'm going to change my mind as I did that. And we're going to not put it over, we're stuck on that right side. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 dimensionals over there. I have an idea in my head, and then when I go to do it, I'm like, nah, we're just going to change it. So dimensionals are just over here, because now when I stick this on here, I can overlap that circle. We wouldn't want a dimensional over here, because then things would be lopsided, because this is already raised up. So there's the front of our card. And then don't forget, we always have to stamp the inside. So we're going to take a piece that's, I believe this is 5 by 3 3/4. Now don't forget, I will have all of these dimensions for you, the card recipe, as well as all of my products that I used over on the website. But we're going to just add some flowers to the inside, and then I would color those. We'll add them to a little piece of that soft seafoam, just as we did the front, and that will go inside. So there's our quick and easy card using the Parisian or the Forever Blossom stamp set that's part of the Parisian suite. Now don't forget, pop over to my website, check out the online class with the 12 projects. This isn't one of them, so this is kind of a bonus project if you have that suite. But go check out all of the projects in my online class. And don't forget, you can get that class for free if you order $50 by the 10th. Don't forget, you also get Celebration. And if you'd like more information on this mini paper cutter and how you can join the Klompen Stampers and be part of all the fun we have, make sure to leave me a comment or send me a message. I'd love to chat about it with you to see if it's right for you. So until I stamp with you again, have a stamp happy day.